Hey everyone, it's Hafisa from Some of Us. As you know, we've been doing this series called Our Collective Voices, where I've been talking to different people in the movement that are doing the work to prioritize people and planet over profit. So today we're going to be talking with Lucas from Cause. So Lucas, can you tell me a bit about the work that you do?
Absolutely. So I work with Cause, which is an organization that works to advance social, economic, and environmental justice in the Central Coast of California. And so we work on a range of issues from farm worker rights to immigrant rights, affordable housing to environmental justice. And one of the really important pieces of work that we're doing right now is we're part of the Safety Net for All coalition here in California, which is working to include all workers, regardless of immigration status, in unemployment, wage replacement, because too many of our undocumented workers have been excluded from unemployment benefits at the federal level, and so really are on the front lines of harm from COVID-19 and are not being protected.
Got it. Can you tell me, in this moment, why is it so important that you're pushing through this legislation, just so that people have a little bit of awareness? I'm not sure if everyone knows about New York.
Absolutely. Immigrant workers have really been on the front lines of both harm from the pandemic. So actually 58% of the worker deaths in the top 10 highest risk industries were immigrants here in California. And so that's a lot of workers like farm workers, workers in warehouses, workers in restaurant kitchens, but also immigrants have been disproportionately impacted by job losses. So 30% of non-citizens here in California lost their jobs, huge rate compared to the statewide average. And so that's a lot of immigrant workers who work as custodians in office buildings that were completely vacated, or housekeepers in hotels that have been shut down, domestic workers. And for a lot of immigrant families, being excluded from the safety net really meant having to deplete your entire life savings or have to borrow thousands of dollars in order to make ends meet and keep a roof over your kid's head and food on the table, or having to put yourself in harm's way and risk your life in a dangerous job in order to make ends meet. And so we're really looking to the inspiration from New York, who created this Excluded Workers Fund, as what we're trying to accomplish here in California.
Got it. Can you tell people how they can support the work that you're doing or how to get involved?
Yeah, so we right now in California are in the process of passing the state budget. The state budget is usually done by mid-June, and so really the next couple of weeks are critical crunch time where legislators are diving in. They've got a lot of different requests from all angles, but the state right now has a $75 billion record-breaking surplus, so we've got a ton of money. And we want that money to go to the people who need it the most, because the reason California has this huge surplus is that wealthy corporations have made more money than ever before in this pandemic. And so we actually have all of this money coming into the state, but there's people who have been some of the most affected economically and the least protected because of the century-old racist exclusion from unemployment insurance. And so we look to New York, where really incredible immigrant rights organizers were able to get their state to pass an Excluded Workers Fund, which is providing over $15,000 per worker to undocumented workers who've been excluded from unemployment benefits. And we're calling on our state to do the same. Here in California, the average person receiving unemployment benefits got about $13,000 last year. And so we're asking our state legislators to create a similar fund, providing that to all undocumented workers. So the best thing people can do right now is to call their state legislator, say, we're deciding on the budget right now. We need to provide a safety net for all workers, regardless of immigration status.
Got it. Well, I live in California, so I would definitely call my state legislator. And thanks for letting us know. Thanks for chatting.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Lisa.